Hey, Leap Inspire family. Picture this. A woman steps into a dazzling ballroom, not as a guest, but as a servant, her head bowed, hands trembling, dressed in a maid's uniform meant to humiliate her. The weight of 1,000 judgmental stares pins her down, yet within her burns a spark that refuses to die. This is Samantha, Sam to those who know her, a woman whose love led her into a world of betrayal, manipulation, and heartbreak, but who emerged as Teresa Cruz, a force of resilience and dignity. Her journey from a silenced wife to a powerful visionary is a testament to the strength we can find within ourselves when the world tries to break us. Want to know how she turned pain into purpose and brought a crumbling empire to its knees? Hit that subscribe button now to join us for every chapter of her incredible story, where justice speaks louder than revenge, and one woman's voice changes everything. Get ready, because we're diving deeper into Teresa's tale, where every step forward is a victory, every truth uncovered a reclaiming of her worth, and every moment a reminder that you don't need permission to rise. Sam's story began with a quiet vow of love, sealed in a simple city hall wedding to Miguel Valderrama, a man she believed was her forever. No lavish gown or flowers, just the promise of a shared life. But as their car glided through the towering gates of the Valderrama mansion, Sam's heart sank. The opulent estate, with its ivory walls, golden trims, and pristine fountains, was a world apart from her rural hometown's creaky wooden houses. Inside, she met Elvira Valderrama, Miguel's mother, whose elegance masked a ruthless edge. "Your wife," Elvira said, her voice like ice, "brings nothing to our name. No education, no connections, no pedigree." Sam's outstretched hand hung in the air, ignored, as Elvira's words sliced through her. At their first family dinner, Sam fumbled with the silverware, earning mocking laughter from Miguel's sister, Andrea. Maybe teach her the difference between a salad fork and a dessert spoon. Andrea sneered. Miguel's defense was half-hearted, his silence louder than his words. Sam clung to hope, believing love would bridge the gap, but the mansion's cold walls whispered otherwise. The days that followed were a slow unraveling. Sam overheard Elvira plotting to push her to the limit, until she fled. Andrea's taunts were relentless, mocking Sam's humble roots at every turn. Miguel grew distant, his eyes fixed on his phone, dismissing her fears with a curt, "Stay in your lane." Sam tried to fit in, helping in the kitchen, staying silent, but every action felt like a plea for acceptance. One night, she overheard Miguel instructing Andrea to keep her confined while he went out, as if she were a problem to manage. Her heart ached, but she dressed in a simple white dress for a formal dinner she wasn't invited to, whispering to herself, "I won't let their anger win." Yet the Valderramas had other plans. Elvira summoned Sam to her office, presenting a maid's uniform, white blouse, black skirt, apron, and a name tag reading, "Sam, guest assistant for the Valderrama Enterprises Anniversary Gala." "You're not ashamed of your roots, right?" Elvira taunted. Sam's hand shook as she held the uniform, her dignity fraying. Miguel, standing nearby, muttered, "Just go along with it," and walked away. The gala was a crucible of humiliation. As Sam entered the ballroom, head bowed, the guests' whispers cut deep. "Is that Miguel's wife?" one gasped. Elvira, radiant in a crimson gown, approached with a chilling smile. "Welcome to your new role," she said. Sam's knees buckled under the weight of their stares, and she collapsed, her tray of drinks shattering on the marble floor. Laughter and camera flashes erupted, but Dr. Elias Rowan, a tall man in a black suit, rushed to her side, draping his coat over her trembling shoulders. For the first time, someone saw her as more than a pawn. But the deepest wound came later, when Sam discovered the truth behind her marriage. While organizing Andrea's medical documents, she found a report revealing Andrea's chronic myeloid leukemia and a desperate need for a stem cell transplant. Sam's rare AB+ blood was a 98% match. A memo confirmed Miguel had arranged a free medical mission before their wedding to test her blood, securing her as a donor. The marriage was a lie, a transaction to save Andrea. Confronting Miguel, Sam's voice trembled. "You used me?" he admitted. "I didn't mean to fall for you, but you were the only match." Her world shattered. Sam stayed, not for love, but for duty, enduring grueling blood extractions that left her weak and dizzy. Each session drained her spirit, yet she pressed on, believing she had to save Andrea. Elvira and Andrea treated her as less than human, ordering her to clean, serve, and obey. Miguel's indifference grew, his brief glances cold. During one extraction, Sam fainted, her blood pressure dropping dangerously. Dr. Elias intervened, transferring her to a private convalescent center in Boulder, Colorado, beyond the Valderrama's reach. There, he orchestrated a daring escape, forging a death certificate and staging a funeral with an empty casket. To the world, Sam was dead. In Boulder, she began to heal, choosing the name Teresa, her middle name, as a symbol of rebirth. Elias's quiet support became her anchor. "You are not garbage," he told her, igniting a spark of hope. Then, a revelation changed everything. Teresa discovered she was the long-lost daughter of Ramon Bautista, a wealthy businessman who had searched for her for 25 years. DNA tests and an old photo confirmed her identity, unveiling a past hidden by her adoptive grandfather. Teresa's transformation was profound. She launched Teresa's Essentials, a small business selling organic herbs, honey, and soaps from Colorado's mountains. It was modest but hers, a testament to her resilience. With Elias's guidance, she mastered business skills, turning her pain into purpose. Her company grew, catching the eye of Aurora Medica, a medical tech firm that named her a co-founder and exclusive supplier. Meanwhile, the Valderramas faced ruin. Teresa strategically acquired Vitali's Pharmarmac, their key supplier for blood storage tech, crippling their medical operations. A whistleblower exposed their unethical use of Sam's blood, sparking investigations and lawsuits that dismantled their empire. The once mighty Valderrama mansion stood empty, its accounts frozen, its legacy in tatters. 2 years later, Teresa stood on a Manhattan stage, launching Aurora Medica's new venture. In a sleek black pantsuit, she faced a crowd that included Miguel, Elvira, and Andrea, who sat stunned, realizing the woman they thought was dead was now their rival. "My name is Teresa Cruz," she declared, "and I'm here to show who I am now." Miguel tried to speak to her, but she dismissed him. "I don't need explanations from someone who stood silent while I was humiliated." Elvira's icy stare met Teresa's unwavering gaze, but Teresa walked away, her dignity unshaken. When offered a buyout by Valderrama-linked investors, she refused. "I'm not for sale," she said, her voice a quiet thunder. Teresa's journey found its heart in a garden reunion with her father, Ramon. Tears fell as they embraced, healing decades of loss. He offered her his wealth, not as charity, but as a legacy. "You don't have to prove anything," he said, but Teresa knew her fight was about claiming her place. She funded a community center for women rebuilding their lives, spoke at summits, and shared her story on a primetime interview, inspiring thousands. "I forgive you," she told the Valderramas through the camera, "but I will never be yours again." In her mountain cottage, Teresa found peace, adopting a girl named Hope and building a life with Elias, who stood by her without demands. Her influence grew, rippling beyond her business. Aurora Medica's community programs expanded, offering free health screenings to underserved towns, inspired by the medical mission that had once trapped her. Teresa oversaw these initiatives, ensuring no one was used as she had been. One evening, Elias handed her a letter from a young woman who attended a screening. "You gave me the courage to leave my abusive marriage. I saw your interview and realized I could choose myself." Teresa's eyes welled up, not with pain, but with purpose. She began mentoring women through her community center, teaching budgeting, marketing, and self-worth. "You don't need permission to be enough," she told them, her voice steady with lived conviction. The Valderrama's downfall deepened. Elvira faced public scrutiny as former staff exposed her manipulative tactics. Andrea, weakened by illness, withdrew from public life. Miguel, haunted by his role, started a small consulting firm, but his tarnished reputation followed him. He sent Teresa an email, a feeble atonement. "I know I failed you. I live with that every day." Teresa deleted it without replying. She owed him nothing. Her business expanded to international markets, empowering farmers and women in Southeast Asia and South America. With Ramon, she launched a foundation for missing children, ensuring no one grew up without their truth. They spent weekends planting trees in his orchard, a symbol of their shared legacy. "I'll carry your name," she promised, "but I'll do it my way, for those who've been silenced." One crisp morning, Teresa prepared for a global wellness summit, wearing a simple white dress, a nod to her past, but now her choice. Elias adjusted her collar. "You're speaking for every woman told she's not enough," he said. She slipped on a silver bracelet engraved with, "I was never lost. I was just finding myself." At the summit, her story earned a standing ovation, echoing her strength. Back in Colorado, Teresa and Elias welcomed hope, teaching her to garden and dream. The community center thrived, its walls lined with stories of women who rose, inspired by Teresa. One evening, as she tucked Hope into bed, the girl asked, "Why do you lionize to help so many people?" Teresa kissed her forehead. "Because I was once lost, and someone believed in me. Now it's my turn." On the veranda, coffee in hand, the mountain air felt like freedom. Teresa opened her notebook and wrote, "I saved myself, and that is the story I will pass on." Teresa Cruz had built a world not defined by pain, but by purpose, a legacy of love, justice, and the quiet power of choosing herself.